Good morning, boys and girls. You should have watched the video with Miss Free explaining all the pages. Now you're back to listen to today's reading comprehension for Thursday. I believe we're on January the 14th, correct?
Yes.
I think so. So I'm going to read the passage Alaska out loud to you. So this is going to give us a little information about one of the states, Alaska. And I don't know a lot about Alaska because I've never been and I don't really know that much about it. So hopefully I'll learn a few things when I read this non-fiction passage. It says, the United States is about 242 years old. Wow, we're pretty old, been around for a while. But Alaska is only about 60 years old. Oh, does that mean that Alaska didn't become part of the United States since only 60 years ago? My dad's older than that. So Alaska's younger than my dad. Long ago, people came to Alaska from Russia. For many years, Russia claimed the land. Then the United States bought it. So Russia had it first and then we bought it. Some wondered what good a chunk of frozen land was. I would wonder that too. Why would we buy just a chunk of frozen land? Then, in 1872, gold was discovered there. Ooh, if you know anything about gold, it's pretty valuable. Now, Americans were glad to claim Alaska as their own. Ooh, good choice. On January 3rd, 1959, Alaska became the 49th U.S. state, and we know that there are 50, so it was the 49th, almost the last one that we purchased. It is by far the largest state. Today, almost 1 million people live in Alaska. Who knew? It is also home to bears, moose, caribou, and whales. So now that we've heard this passage and we know that it has 3 paragraphs, because Miss Free told us that earlier, we're going to go over here and look at the comprehension questions. So number 1 said, when did Alaska become a state? And then we have 4 choices. So we're going to go back and look at the paragraphs. So we know we have paragraph 1. Oops, got to put it on pen. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. So we're going to look back at the paragraphs and find which one talks about when Alaska became a state. And we know that it says that because I remember reading when it became a state, how long ago that was. And so we have 4 choices. A, it had always been a state. B, 242 years ago. C, 1872. Or D, 1959. So we're going to look through and find out, when did Alaska become a state? Will we find that in paragraph 1, 2, or 3? On number 2, it says, how did the ownership of Alaska change over time? So once again, you're going to either use your pencil, or if you have a crayon or highlighter, you're more than welcome to use those. And we're going to go and we're going to look, wow, will we find that in paragraph 1, 2, or 3? And once we find where it talks about the ownership of Alaska, who started it, who had it first, we talked about who had it first, and then what change happened, who ended up buying it from them. So you're going to look in your paragraphs to find that information. Number 3 says, how did Americans' opinion of Alaska change over time? Once again, you're going to look at paragraph 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to see, how did Americans feel about it at first, when we first purchased it, to how they feel about it now, currently. Like, how did they feel about it? What's the change that happened about our opinions, how we felt about it? We wrote a lot of opinion papers. You know, that's how we feel about something. So how did Americans' opinion change over time? And then number 4, what is the 3rd paragraph mainly about? Oh, we know that this is the 3rd paragraph, and we're going to reread the 3rd paragraph to ourselves, and we're going to find out, what is that mostly about? What's the main idea of that paragraph? Once you do all 4 questions, you're completed with this page. If you have any questions, you can either message your teacher or get on a 1:30 Zoom and ask a question. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.